Hello and welcome to the KitchenSix Knits podcast. I am your hostess, Nellie, and I am so glad that you're here. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for sticking around and coming back to see me. And if you are a new subscriber or new watcher, I'm glad you're checking us out. I won't be offended if you don't come back, but I really hope that you do. So thanks for being here. It is January the 11th, I think. And I was doing Vlogmas, but then I dropped off the face of the earth because life went crazy. That's my life. Life just goes crazy. I stopped doing Vlogmas because I decided there were enough challenges going on that I didn't need to force myself to make another one happen. So Vlogmas challenge fail, life challenge okay. I did fairly well with the rest of it, so yay me. Anyway, this is a knitting podcast that has also other stuff like sewing and other fun stuff. Because I like to make things. There's occasionally some cooking, and that's about it. Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get to the knitting. Oh, well, I guess I'll tell you about what I'm drinking actually. What I am drinking is Blue Lady tea. It is a black tea with lemon, orange, and hibiscus flavors added, and it is delicious. I am such a fan. And I was drinking it in my lace knitted mug by Sharon Sahar. Creative with Clay. Yeah, he's on Instagram. Okay, so knitting. I finished stuff, you guys. I know you're shocked. So, I finished two things that were gifts that I cannot actually show you because they were already handed out. So the first thing that I finished was the Zanoni, and this was actually in Vlogmas, but I will show you pictures of my beautiful friend in it here. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. I love how it came out. The only thing is that after wearing it for a month or so, she wants it to be like 3 inches longer. And you know what? I totally get it. So she's gonna bring it back to me later this month, and I'm gonna knit 3 more inches on it because I have the yarn, so I might as well. And it's just stockinette, so it's not like I gotta like do anything major. It's just easy stockinette. I can get it done in a couple of days, especially since, you know, it took me a couple of days really to knit the body of that, which was fantastic. So yeah, the Zanoni is going to be altered a little bit. That's the basic look of it. It's just going to be a little bit longer, and I'll be excited for her when that's done. The other thing that I knit and finished, that just happened, boom, is oh my gosh, I just blanked on. Oh, the Professor Meow. The Professor Meow was for my sister. It was for her birthday, not for Christmas, which is exactly on the same day, but it was for her birthday. And I knit it in just over a week. It was really fun to knit. It was super fast, and it was so cute. So I'll put in some pictures here of both the progress and the actual finished object and my sister's reaction when she got it. Isn't that gratifying? The look on her face says it all, right? I really, really loved how that project came out and how great it looked on her. I would say though that the sizing is a little bit off. The sizing is a little bit small because I was right on gauge and right on target, and the size that I knit should have fit her perfectly, but it was a little tight. When she tried it on, it was a little, yeah. So, yeah. And I managed to get gauge on that with the needles recommended. Yeah, but that was my first time mattress stitching. That was my first time doing a couple of things, but mostly that was my first time actually knitting a sweater in pieces. You do kind of pick up for the little cap sleeves at the end, but that's it. What else? What else did I finish? Oh, notes. I finished the cancer hat that I was working out. So this is out of yarn that was donated by Artistic Lily, who is Ellie. She's on Instagram. And the leftover bit of yarn that I got from my friend Andrea when she knit me the cow that I still can't remember the name of it. And she even told me and I still forgot. But yeah, so in the top, the pom-pom is an alpaca that I had from another project a couple of years ago. And it made a really nice fluffy pom-pom. So here's that, and that will go to the cancer ward this month, which is good because that'll be just in time for February, which is usually our coldest time of year. End of January, early February is usually when we get the cold stuff. So yeah, that's done. And it came out really, really nice. It's going to be really, really soft and make somebody's really, really tough time a little better. I think, oh nope, there was, I made a skirt. I sewed a skirt for my daughter out of some thin jersey that I had because she wanted just like a little skater skirt. So hopefully I have pictures of it and I'll put them in here. Yeah, so looks super cute on her. She really likes it. She has to wear it with like dark leggings because it is a little bit see-through. But yeah, so I do have more material and I can make another one in a darker or a better fabric. I think we just got some, but that's for future stuff. So yeah, that's what just happened. Boom. So that was really fun. I felt really productive and like I had actually gotten my knitting mojo, which was nice because I've kind of felt off my game for a few months. And I'm still feeling the mojo. I'm still feeling the love. So that's really nice. And you'll see that in my works in progress. So the things that I'm doing well, I have a couple of things. So, and I showed you these last time, or maybe, I don't know. I don't remember. But these are little shorty socks for my daughter. And these are out of the same yarn that my my police box socks were made out of, my TARDIS socks, my Galaxy TARDIS socks. So this is Bad Wolf Girl Studios, and it's her Galaxy colorway. I think she might have updated the colorway, but I don't remember. Really don't. So, and then the heel is just a black sparkle from Knit Picks. So I am almost to the point where I have to start the toe. I need to try them on my daughter and see how, oh dang it, I lost my stitch marker. That is so like me. All right, there, I found it. Note to self, don't stop directly at the stitch marker. Okay, so, and I'm just keeping that in my little kitty bag by Faith Thread? Yeah, Faith Thread. She's on Instagram too. But kitty mermaids, isn't it cute? I love it. So, and I'm knitting those 2 at a time. They're 2 at a time on 9-inch circulars. So they're both at the same stage. And I just, I keep little, I swear I can word, stitch markers. I keep little stitch markers, the safety pin kind, the bulb kind, to mark every 5 rows so that I know where I'm at the same. So like every time I get to a stitch marker, I count and see where I am, and if I'm further on one than I am on the other, I switch. So just because I'm forgetful and I don't always like to write stuff down while I'm knitting, it's just easier to put a stitch marker on it. So those are my daughter's socks. Those are, I mean, I'm not really planning to have them done anytime. I was hoping to get them in her stocking, but that didn't work out. I had other things that I wanted to work on and knit, so they did not get done for Christmas. But they will get done probably this month. Maybe. We'll see. She might get them for Valentine's Day. The other thing that I did a little bit of work on, not a lot, but a little bit, was this hat for myself. It's actually currently not on needles because I cannibalized the needles because I needed them for something amazing. Right, but I did put a couple of, I did start the basic of the pattern for this hat. And I really like it. It makes me happy. I still haven't decided if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to give it to that little girl in Portland that I love so much. We'll see. But that's that. And then I'm working on one more thing, you guys. So I told you, I believe last podcast, I think it was last podcast, that I was going to be working on a sweater for me called the Byline. And I showed you the yarns that I was going to make it out of. And you guys, I started it. I not only started it, I've made really good progress. So I actually started it last week, I think. I just can't, you guys. It's so pretty. Look at this. So I have separated for the sleeves. And I'm just a few rows in after that. And the button band depth, it's actually it's a very long buttoned Henley. So I'm working on that. I think I have like 10 more rows to do for the button band. I might shorten it. I haven't decided. But I have to look at the pattern and decide if that's what I want to do. But you guys, those colors, I'm so in love with the way the colors are looking together. Like, oh, it's just so pretty. I'm in love with this. So I have been frantically knitting this because every time I pick it up, I'm like, I want it right now. And it makes me so happy. So yeah, I have made a little bit of adjustments to the pattern because I don't have a bosom anymore. I don't have anything in the way here that normally I would be a large. So my front is actually a medium and my back is a large. So I made alterations in the pattern. I started it as a medium and then I altered the back. I increased the back to a large, like almost right away. And then I think for the body, under where my bosom is, I'm increasing it to, I've increased it to a large during the button band. So like just this part right here where, you know, most of my chest would end up in a bra and I don't have that, is a medium, but the rest of it will be a large. The sleeves are a large, and the back is a large, but the rest of it is, that little front bit is a medium. So, yeah, so 10 more rounds, or 10 more rows, and I can join in the round, and then it'll just be knit and knit. There's one problem with this. So I have 2 skeins of this yarn total, and I have 2 skeins of the stained glass yarn. And the sleeves and the bottom of the sweater are all knit in the ochre color. And I don't think I'm going to have enough. So I tried to see if I could order another skein of this from the original shop, but she did not have any. She just had a couple of skeins of some plain colors. Or, I mean, they're not plain colors, they're tonal colors, but they weren't this color. But I did find one that looked really, really close. So I ordered that and it's on the way. It should be here soon-ish. I don't know when. It was in Seattle yesterday, so it might be here tomorrow. It's likely that it'll be here tomorrow, because Seattle's only 2 hours away, so it's very likely that it'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, so that is the Byline. It is by jimmyknits.com, or I think it's Joseph Jimenez. Yeah, or Josephine Jimenez. I don't know. It's in my Ravelry though. It's in my projects, so you can actually go find that in my Ravelry projects. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so in love with this pattern and project. I am really, really excited about how this is gonna fit. I tried it on a little bit. It looked a little goofy, but I tried it on and the fit so far is fantastic. I am so excited about it. I got gauge right on with the recommended needle size, which is shocking because usually that doesn't happen for me. It might even have a good bit of positive ease, which I totally dig. I just didn't want it to be like, I've been losing weight, so a lot of the clothes that I have are extra larges and they're all really baggy and big. So I wanted it to fit nicely and be fitted and pretty. So I tried to make that happen. And I think I've got it. It's gonna be really nice. Yeah, so that is what I'm doing and doing well. So the other thing, or the next thing, is shiny pretty things. You guys, I told my family not to get me anything for Christmas, and apparently my mom had already bought me something for Christmas before I told her not to. I don't know that I believe her, because she tends to do what she wants, but I'm so excited with what she got me. Isn't it lovely? Oh my gosh. So I don't know who the potter was, and there's no marking information, but look how pretty. So it's like a corally orange, maybe. Yeah, an orangey, like a light sherbet color maybe. And this like light oceany Caribbean blue. It's not really completely Caribbean, but it's really nice. The only thing that I don't like about this is that the edges are a little bit sharp. If you have a way that I can fix that, you could let me know. That'd be great. But other than that, I love it. So now I have a second yarn bowl. And she just got it at the farmer's market, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, so I'm keeping the different skeins in my two different yarn bowls, so it's not even in a project bag because I'm not taking the sweater anywhere. They're just sitting in my yarn bowls next to my knitting area, which is right here. I know. Okay, I keep looking at myself and not at the camera. I keep trying, but I forget. Sorry, guys. The other shiny new things that I got is I actually went to Joann's with my kids because both of them, I taught both of them to knit over the break. My daughter is doing excellent. My son is doing as well as he can. But we went to Joann's for fabric for a new skirt for my daughter and for, to look at yarny things, and my son really wanted some yarn because he's crocheting stuff for himself, which was awesome. So we were looking at yarn and I found this. So this, it says Chic Sheep, which is kind of interesting to say, but it's Red Heart and it's merino. It's 100% wool. It's super wash. And that color, you guys. Okay, so it's not the most ethical yarn. It's made in China. It's Red Heart. It's probably terrible for the environment. But it's not super expensive, and they sell it at Joann's, which is, some people, that's all they have is Joann's, or places like it. So and it's relatively nice, and it's super soft, and I think it'll make a great kid's sweater. So I got 4 of these skeins for that girl in Portland that I love so much, and she's gonna get a sweater out of that. They are, I think they're 100 grams. I can't see. Yep, 100 gram skeins. So 400 gram skeins should absolutely give me enough in a worsted weight yarn for a petite 10-year-old sweater. So yeah, very excited about that. Don't know when I'm going to cast it on. I have so much other stuff that I want to knit for people, so much legacy stuff that I want to knit for people. But she specifically asked me for a sweater, and I had so many other projects in the way that she was so disappointed, so I might actually bump hers up and make hers for her birthday in May. We'll see. But yeah, so future knits. I got all of the yarn for my husband's Triumph hat because when they resent me the order, they sent me a completely different yarn and color. Like they messed up the code number and by like 1 digit and sent me something else entirely. So I called them back and was like, I can't, this is not what I ordered. What the heck? And they were super nice, and they even shipped me the yarn super fast, but by then I was so close to Christmas and so stressed out already with other things going on that I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it on the back burner. And yeah, so that was a Knit Picks, and it's, you know, greens, and it was a green yarn that I wanted, and they sent me a green wool that I wanted, and they sent me like coffee colored dishy yarn. So yeah, that was, anyway, so future knits, that's on the agenda for him. I do have to finish at least one project before I put it on the needles, because just for my own sanity, really, just for my own personal sanity. I still intend to knit a sheephead for me. I probably want to do that before I knit my husband's hat, but I have to finish that purple hat first and figure out who it's for before either of those gets knit. And then I want to knit a shawl for my sister for her birthday, my oldest younger sister. Plus she asked for something for her kitchen. So I found a kitty colorwork pot holder pattern. I think it's double knit. And it says to do it in wool, but I'm probably just going to do it in cotton because it's way more washable. So, yeah, that's going to go down probably early February. I may not, yeah. I don't know how soon I'm going to finish them or when I'm going to podcast next, but those are on the agenda. And then I am working on a design for a motorcycle gaiter. And so I'm working out the details of that right now, and then I'm going to knit it. So that's on the agenda as well. I don't know when that's going to be finished either. Hopefully around, end of February. And then I can release the pattern, which is a little scary. Yeah, super scary actually, putting out a pattern on my own. But yeah, those are my future plans for knitting. And then, yeah, that's all the knitting content. That went by really, really fast. I didn't mean for it to go so fast, but that it is what it is. So if you are just here for knitting content and seeing what I'm up to knitting wise, then that's it. You guys can take off and enjoy your day or weekend or whatever time of the year it is that you're watching this, and happy knitting. So yeah, bye guys. For the rest of you, if you stuck around, you can hear all the crazy of my life and all the things. So we'll start with Cancer, because I know you're very curious. Everybody's always curious. I'm doing great. My blood tests look great. I am I'm still winning, which, yay. I have another scan probably sometime next month, and we'll see how that goes. End of next month, I think. So you probably won't hear about the scan for a little while. But yeah, blood work looks good. I feel okay. Tired, but okay. I just started the current cycle of chemo yesterday. So yeah, things are going well on the Cancer front. My sister got engaged to her partner, and I am very, very excited for them. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to knit something for one or both of them for their wedding. Because I don't really know what their plans are clothing wise. I should probably go have lunch with my sister and see. But yeah, so I don't know if they're both going to wear dresses or if someone's going to wear a suit or if they're going to, I don't know. So if they're both going to wear dresses, I think they should both have shawls to wear. So I might ask about that. So yeah, I'm very excited for them. I've been waiting for that for a little while. Yeah, awesome family news. And then the other crazy thing that happened, I took in an exchange student on New Year's, like on New Year's Day. Yeah, so apparently her prior family was less than awesome, and she needed someplace better and more comfortable, and less drama-ridden to live. So, because apparently they just decided she couldn't be there anymore and essentially made her leave. Yeah. So, being me, I decided that since we have a guest room and since we have most of the stuff necessary and we have the means, and I was the only person in our, essential circle of friends that was able to do it immediately, that I would take her in. So that's what we did. My husband agreed to this over the phone, long distance, and we filled the paperwork out over the internet and made it happen. And yeah, so she moved in on New Year's Day, and she's been here since then. She's a really sweet kid. Oh, I just got really warm. She's a really sweet kid. Again, I have no idea why her host family decided that they couldn't handle her. Again, I don't think it was her. So, she's been awesome and amazing. She's very helpful. She's super responsible. Her name is Anouk, and we made the right decision. She's a great kid. She is from the Netherlands. Her mom might actually be watching. Hi, Sonia. And yeah, I'm super excited to have her here for the next few months, and watch her graduate. She's a senior in high school. She's fit seamlessly into the household, so honestly, I can't complain. She's been pretty awesome. Yeah, she's quiet. She's a lot like my kids and me, so it's working really nicely. It was a little bit of a crazy hassle. I was at my worst when I was preparing for her to come in the house. So, and I usually do a deep clean in January, so I did most of that before she got here in like a day and a half. I usually spread it out over most of the month, but I did it as fast as possible, at least the bulk of it as fast as possible. So, especially, her room and places that she would be spending most of her time. So, but that was crazy and hard. And then I don't know how many of you have, early teenage boys, but man, I gotta tell you, they're a challenge. I remember it being challenging with my younger brothers, and I had my suspicion confirmed by my mother-in-law. She apparently had major challenges with every single one of her 4 boys in that early teenage years stage, just because they get like these testosterone surges and have a really hard time dealing with their emotions. And I've spent a lot of time over the last month teaching my son how to deal with frustration and anger and annoyance in a way that's positive and not, damaging to relationships or, personal stress levels. So, and that was why I had to quit Vlogmas, because I had to spend a lot of my time dealing with helping him manage his emotions. And there was, for a while there, for like 2 or 3 weeks, it was daily dealing with his he just wants to fly off the handle constantly. So, yeah, I think we've got most of it covered, and he's doing a lot better the last couple of weeks. He had a couple of days this week where he just was flying off the handle again, but I think we've got it under control. Yeah. so many anger management books and so many philosophy books on how to handle that stuff, and I think he's really starting to do better. But it was challenging, and that on top of the chemo cycle, and I couldn't keep doing more stuff. So that, and the knitting projects I was trying to finish and trying to make Christmas for the kiddos, it was easier to let some of my challenges go that I could let go. So Vlogmas went by the wayside. And the last thing that's going on in my life is my husband comes home next week. Thank the stars for that. I haven't for a long time had to put up with him being gone while I was health challenged. Not to this length. When I first started chemo the first time and was recovering from the first mastectomy, he was gone for like 4 months. Yeah, so it's been a while since I've had to deal with him being gone for a long period of time while I was dealing with the exhaustion and the tiredness. It's only been a week or 2, 3 weeks tops here and there, but this 2.5 month stint has been difficult. Honestly, if my husband had been here in December, I don't think I would have had to quit Vlogmas, but I was already struggling to take on so much other stuff that it was just difficult. It was really difficult. And I'm so glad he's coming home. Aside from the fact that I love him and miss him, I'm just really excited about the extra parent, the extra help, the extra adult, and an adult to talk to on a regular basis, because I don't go places a lot. I don't do a whole lot of stuff, and most of my friends work, so I don't really get to spend a whole lot of time with them. So I'm really, really excited that my husband's coming home, just for having another adult that's not on a video screen to talk to. There's only so much FaceTime you can have that works. And, my goodness, I need a hug. And while my kids are great stand-ins, they're not the same. So, really excited about him coming home. And that's all the chit-chat I have, too. I could share a recipe with you, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm tired. I've been talking enough, and I didn't really get a whole lot of recovery from this last chemo cycle, because we ended up bringing in a new kid during the last week, and then during the recovery week I actually had to go in for my appointments and the shot that I usually get on the last week, and that wears me out too. So I'm more tired than I usually am during this week. It'll get a little bit better, but then, it keeps going, so it is what it is. Yeah. So on that note, I hope that your knitting is going fabulously. I hope that you're knitting something wonderful for yourselves, because you deserve it. If you want to know what projects I'm working on, or what I've done in the last couple of months, pictures and links and stuff are in Ravelry, in my Ravelry projects page. I've updated everything recently, so I think the only thing that's missing from there is the sultana hat. So I may release the triumph hat pattern. I kind of have to figure it out first. So yeah, we'll see about that. And I should have a pattern coming out maybe in February or March. Maybe. Scary. All right. I love you guys. I really enjoy your chats. I'm grateful to have you guys in my life, and I hope that you are just as appreciative of having me around. It's okay if you're not. I won't mind. I'm still gonna keep going. Because that's what I do. I keep going. All right. Love you guys. Happy knitting.